thanks for the clap. I mean, not
Happy
that
Friday! Not that clap. Happy Friday, but more importantly, welcome to summer solstice. Happy first day of summer. Happy longest day of the year. I love this day so much.
Let's all take a deep breath for a second. But you hit the ground at like 150 miles an hour today. Yes, it is the first day of summer, longest day of the year. All that stuff.
It's my favorite day of the year. It's my favorite season. It's goodness. It's all full of goodness.
I like it. And today on the CURT Jen podcast, which this is for you to like, follow, and subscribe at your leisure.
And thumbs up and heart and anything you can do to interact with us.
All that stuff.
Yes, please.
We have today, why are some people being told to avoid coffee? And also, how long is a day according to Amazon?
Oh, I know where you're going there. Kurt, the Stanley Cup is damaged.
Yes, it is. We'll talk about that.
And how your day is a win. That's part of our question of the day.
Are you going to die in 10 years? How to know?
Well, Kurt and I are.
Do you want to know?
Based on this, which is sad to me.
We have for you a new location you're already familiar with, but there you're going to have Bottomless apps.
And it's Fun Fact Friday.
It's all that stuff, right? Here we go.
Uh-oh, Kurt. What's the first thing? This is what Kurt put as the headline with nothing else. Kurt's boat expense.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. We decided to sell our boat. You knew that because, due to being poor and stuff and not having jobs. But fortunately, I have a friend who is interested in buying the boat, which is good. For whatever reason, I like the idea of selling it to somebody that I know is going to get some enjoyment use out of it rather than putting it up.
Well, and plus then you can also go on it.
Precisely.
Yes.
So we pulled it out of the water yesterday to have the people take a look at it, and right away they're like, okay, here's what we need to do. And I did not know this, but apparently not only do you need to keep your outdrive in good shape and everything like that, it also is an important thing or a good thing to paint the outdrive, which is basically the prop.
I know what you're talking about. You paint it.
I guess you paint it and shellac it or something like that. And I was like, oh, they help extend the life and the electrolysis in the water and blah blah blah, flux capacitor, blah blah blah. So that only costs $1,500.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
U.S. dollars?
That's just the start. Yeah, we didn't.
That's just the start.
We didn't get beyond. They're going to check the trim tabs, this, that, and the other thing. So, I thought, well, can't I just go get some spray paint while it's out of the water and just? No. Yet spend $1,500 on that. And I know there's some people listening right now, like, where did you take it? That should only be, $500 or whatever, which would still be too much. Maybe you should
get some quotes.
We may get some quotes. So I'll have a full report today. They're supposed to come in with the, we went over the entire boat. Here's all the things that are wrong with it. Now it's what, from 2003. So it's, 22-year-old boat.
I mean,
it's going to have some things.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pat and I just purchased a boat and there's things. I mean, it's an older boat, so they've got to expect that there's going to have to be some things that are going to be done to it.
The difference is that Pat will pay attention to those things and make sure that he stays up on top of them.
That is true.
I'm like, looks okay to me.
He is very anal about those kind of things.
I turn the key on, the motor starts. What else do I have to do?
And it works, and I can go.
No, so we'll see about that. Hopefully not too much more. Did you have anything to share from the last couple of days?
No, okay. I have this, though. I sent Pat this shirt. Boats are like strippers. Once you stop throwing money at it, that doesn't work anymore.
It has been a while since I've had to put money into it. But the whole idea of selling it to a friend was like, hey, I don't have to go get it detailed and make it all pretty and stuff. It's like selling it as is. You've been on the boat. It's a solid boat. But we're finding out little things that.
Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you post it and see if you can get someone else to buy it. Then.
No, I want to sell it to a friend.
Well, then you're going to put U.S. dollars toward it.
I am going to put U.S. dollars towards it. That's how it's going to go.
Okay.
All right. Longest day of the year, Jen. You did not know this probably. Today.
It's the longest day of the year.
The first day of summer.
I didn't know that, Kurt Cruz.
After the big celebration at the beginning of the show, 10:42 p.m. tonight is actually when it takes place.
Why is that? Eastern time. Eastern.
Okay. So 7:42 for us.
It marks the moment when the Earth tilts most toward the sun, giving people living in the northern hemisphere the longest day and shortest night of the year. Whoop, whoop.
Does that mean people in the southern hemisphere, this is their shortest day? I guess it does, right?
Maybe. So what's your move? What's your move, Kurt? Are you soaking up? Well, we don't have sun today in the Pacific Northwest, which is a really big bummer.
Yeah, it'll be back on Monday, supposedly.
But take full advantage of the sunlight. Like, stay up late. Stay up into the wee hours.
We stay up late whenever we want. Don't we?
I'm just saying, celebrate summer solstice.
Barbecue would be a good idea.
Whatever you decide, don't waste it and miss out. Because after this weekend, people, I don't like to say this, the days get shorter. We're not thinking about that yet. We're celebrating the summer solstice and the longest day of the year and the beginning of summer.
Okay.
Why people are being told to avoid coffee in some areas.
Well, this has to do with the weather. I found this surprising. So, there's some parts of the country having a big heat wave going on right now. We are not in that group.
I am so disappointed that we don't have "It's a Heat Wave" music.
Well, if we would have got up even earlier, I could have got that prepared. Next time we have a heat wave story, we will
It's
play
a heat wave.
So National Weather Service put an advisory warning people in some of these areas with extreme heat to avoid heavy foods or meals high in protein because they can raise your body temperature. And you should also avoid alcohol and coffee, even iced coffee in these hotter than usual areas because those drinks can speed up dehydration. Now, how many people in these hot areas are going to say, okay, I'll go without coffee for, I don't know, a couple
They're
weeks.
not going to. And also, but go back to the high protein. I didn't know that.
They can
high
raise your body
protein
temperature?
meals can raise your body temperature?
Was it substantial enough to make a difference? I guess so.
I'm going to talk to my friend Lori about that, who knows all the things about food and what it does to your body.
My wife with the master's degree in nutrition.
Well, okay, but I never see Dana.
She's like sneaking around. And,
She's like a ninja. Like,
well, she's always gone to work.
I don't
want
want to see Jen, so I'm going to
That's not what
go
it
to
is.
work or go into my room so she doesn't see
That's
me.
pretty funny, yes. All right. The Stanley Cup.
Yeah, what's going on? Florida had a parade and it got damaged. Freaking Floridians,
yeah, is what it is.
Was your family involved there in Florida?
No, they were not involved with this. It was actually, I think, prior to the parade, they were celebrating with the Stanley Cup into the wee hours of the night after the big win, the second year in a row that they defeated Edmonton. So anyway, good for them. So it got damaged. It looks like a tear, honestly. If you see it, it's like, I mean, if somebody was strong enough to go and just like rip a part of it. However, here's the deal. The Stanley Cup gets damaged like all the time.
It does?
Yeah.
Do they bring it back to its natural state?
Well, apparently it's
Or
made
its
out of
original state?
What's the stuff it's made out of? It's malleable. All right, I guess is the word. And it's some combination of nickel and something else. I'm not 100% sure about that. But it has been sunk to the bottom of a pool for sure. It's been used in the baptism of several babies. At least one baby has pooped in it.
Stop it!
Yes, it's been dropped. It's maybe been tossed. The second-story balcony, that was...
How does it get in the hands of people who are going to damage it?
Because part of the deal when you win the Stanley Cup is every player in the team gets to have it in their possession for like 3 days or 4 days or something like that.
Oh, really?
That's how I got to party with the cup. We were friends with the Detroit Red Wings when I was doing radio in Detroit. And so they'd be like, we're going to Dugan's. We got the cup. That's my
And so you
hockey
went
player.
to Dugan's.
Hell yeah. So
Did you drink from the cup?
many times, yes. But a baby
This
pooped in it at
explains
one
so
point.
much.
However, that's what I was sharing with you. The person that did your former job at the radio station, Kellyanne Nagerson, our marketing and promotions director there, dropped it and dented it and was horrified. This is
I would be horrified
1997?
too.
I think it was 96 or 97. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And that's when I found out that they weren't completely like, don't worry about it. But yeah, it gets banged up all the time. So.
Okay. Well, so no big damn deal.
I guess not.
No big damn deal.
Yeah, they don't.
They'll fix it.
They will fix it. They can. I don't know if they get a hammer and
Do
bang,
they
bang,
get
bang.
like some kind of like penalty?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do what you want with the Stanley Cup. If
Yeah.
you want to just stomp on it,
You've got your
stomp
3
on it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? And I don't know if we want to know all the things that have been done to and in.
Well, you probably won't want to drink from it if you know all the things because a baby pooped in it.
Maybe
I like this story because it means shopping time.
it is almost. Well, that day again. talking about Prime Day on Amazon. Amazon Prime Day.
Did it start with just one day?
I think so, because for the last year it was 2 days,
2 or 3,
and I think this year it's going to be 4.
Oh my gosh!
So the question was, if you pop up onto Amazon,
a lot of shopping.
Let's go see if it pops up and says
it does. Oh, it does.
Does it say Prime Day or days?
Days.
Oh, we got to sign in. Come on, Amazon.
Oh, Kurt.
I got to continue with my passkey.
Jeez Louise. Oh, it didn't. It does.
Prime Day, right there. It says Prime Day. Amazon Prime Day, DAY. So, even though they call it Prime Day, it's going to be 4 days this year.
July
8th? 15th.
Well, no, July 15th, 2015 was the first 24-hour long Amazon Prime Day.
But this year it's July 8th through July 11th.
But they keep the name. They keep the name even though it's many days.
So it's Prime Day for 4 days.
To confuse things even more, they also added a second Prime Day in 2022 that happens in the fall. It's technically called Prime Big Deal Days. But a lot of sites just call it Fall Prime Day.
I will say that we this has entered into my mind because Dana and I were talking about, well, we need to get a new vacuum cleaner. The vacuum cleaner finally gave up after like 10 years. So we're like, well, should we just, you know what? Prime Day is coming up.
That's what I keep saying too. What did I just say? I'm going to wait. Oh, your milk frother thing. I'm like, I'm going to wait. And if it's on Prime Day's deal, then I'll buy it. And we need to buy a Super Mabel for the boat.
What the hell is a Super Mabel?
It's this really fun,
it's a towable.
It's a towable, an inflatable towable tube that holds 3 people, but I just found out there's one that holds 4.
That's the Super. The 3 people is just the Mabel.
No, Super Mabel is 3. I don't know it might be Mega Super Mega.
Mabel?
Super Mega Mabel.
Okay. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh, you know what? Let me, before we clean off the boat, I have some extra towables that you can have.
Do I get the lily pad too?
Oh, if you want it, it's been pretty much chewed away by goose and geese and whatever.
Okay, no.
It's all damaged. Well, they think that foam is delicious.
Is it really?
What
Okay.
do you call that? A lily? Yeah, lily pad. It's like that big floaty thing that goes behind your boat. You can chill out on.
Yeah, Macy would love that.
Okay, well, we'll take care of Macy with that.
Oh, this is fun.
What is fun?
What's your quote, I do this now so future me doesn't suffer, end quote, habit?
Okay, explain.
So what is it that you do now, like right now? What's something that you do right now so that later you don't suffer? We should have made this a question of the day, but it's on the interweb right now. People weighed in on it, and I love some of the examples, like I do my dishes right after eating.
Okay.
So future me doesn't suffer, meaning I don't come back, 2 days later and have a big pile of dishes and then have to do all the dishes.
Understood. I wonder if it's actually a time saver, though. So by doing each individual time, let's just say it's 5 minutes a time, just for round numbers, and you do it for 4 days, there's 20 minutes you spent doing dishes. If you wait for it to pile up for 4 days.
But it could also ruin your mental thing.
Oh, that's right.
Too,
Clutter and stuff like that.
Clutter, yeah.
So,
flossing your teeth.
Right. Well, you're supposed to do that.
Getting gas after work instead of before. I don't really get that one, but that's what someone said.
Oh, so it doesn't you don't have to rush to get to work in the morning,
Cleaning my house on Thursday, so when I come home from work on Friday evening, I can immediately start to relax and enjoy the weekend.
But then what are you going to procrastinate on if your house is already clean? Other things. Preparing the coffee maker the night before, so you put your coffee in there or your pot or whatever.
Or getting your clothes ready the night before so you know exactly what you're going to wear.
So these are the things that people say that they do. What is it called? Future me? I do this now so future me doesn't have to suffer. All right.
Wiping down the shower glass after every use. Oh, so that's a good one because otherwise it gets that scummy grossness on it and it takes a while to scrub off.
Pulling my socks off so that they're not inside out, which makes folding laundry that much quicker. I've always just done that. I didn't think it was making things quicker. It
does make things quicker. Maybe I should send Macy over here for a little lesson because my daughter does not do that.
Well, you know what? I guess you're right. Some people, like, all their clothes might come off inside out, jeans and whatever.
Yeah, so I fold them inside out.
Mm-hmm. This says, one of the things I do now, so I don't have to suffer later, treating my children well so when they need to take care of me,
later in life,
you can say, I took care of you.
Or how about just being a nice human? It doesn't matter. You treat everybody kindly.
Is that on here?
No, I'm just saying it like treating my children well now so that for later, Maybe just do it because it's the right thing to do, being nice to people.
It is the right thing to do. Oh. Somebody's losing all their hair. Okay, not all your hair.
All right, that's it. This next one is a little bit depressing.
It's a fitness test. This is a fitness test that you can do that's going to predict whether you'll die in 10 years. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, this isn't, if you're 17, it doesn't mean you're going to die in 10 years. It's mostly for like people aged 46 to 75.
We're in that group.
We are in that group.
Not solidly in that group.
We're solidly in that group.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
This is the sit to stand test. So.
It's a fun health test to try. Mm-hmm. Fun if you pass it. A new study found that a simple test can predict how likely you are to die in the next 10 years. Over 4,000 people aged 46 to 75 tried it. And the ones who could do it easily were 6 times less likely to die of heart and lung issues over the next decade. Kurt, you and I have some work to do.
This is the, basically, you sit cross-legged on the floor, right?
Yep.
And then you're supposed to...
All you have to do is sit down
and then stand back up.
Stand back up.
Cross-legged. But you can't use your arms, knees. You have to use your knee. Oh, so you can't kneel.
You can't kneel to get up.
My issue with this, I don't know about my lung and heart issues, but my knees are saying no. No, 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 no.
Lower yourself until you're sitting cross-legged, or Indian style, as we might
used to call it. Yeah.
Then stand back up.
Do that.
If it's easy to do, you're probably in decent health. Ideally, you should be able to do it without putting your hand or knee down or grabbing anything. But if you have to, it doesn't necessarily mean you failed. They scored each test by starting at 10 and subtracting 1 point every time support was needed. Like if you put your hand down once to sit and again to stand, that's 8 out of 10.
Okay.
They also subtracted half a point every time the person lost their balance and wobbled.
I'm going to get 0 just based on that.
People who scored 4 or lower were the most likely to die in 10 years. If you're 8 or higher, you're fine. 8 or higher! They say it's a good test for overall health because it involves all aspects of fitness that are non-aerobic. Muscular health, balance, flexibility, and weight. So if you want to try it, they say to do it on a rug or mat in case you fall. If you have something like a chair or wall next to you in case you need help, that's a good idea.
And here we go with the...
Don't try it if you have knee, hip, spine, or joint issues or any sort of physical disability.
I'm out.
That's a bunch of bologna slices.
Any physical disability. My finger...
I was thinking, I can do this. I can totally do this.
That's a lot.
And I could not. I started standing up because you cross your feet standing up, right?
Right.
If you're sitting down cross-legged. And I'm like, my fat ass is going to fall backwards if I even go any farther than this. So
I do kind of want to see that.
I was just doing it in here.
And I said,
and I'm
stop.
like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, that's... Perhaps I'm wrong. And yes, if you're 17 or 18, you're like, what's the big deal? But it seems like kind of a lot.
Well,
I don't know if in my life, if I've ever stood up without using my hands.
Some of my thigh gets in the way of doing this.
Feel free to try on your own. We're not recommending it.
When my thighs run into my butt.
But thighs?
But thighs.
Question of the day.
That's for my friend Anne-Marie, by the way. She and I would say
thighs?
That. And we would say our midsections look like Dairy Queen ice cream cones because it goes...
You could go with a Michelin Man.
Well, I mean, there's that too.
Thanks. Question of the day that we had for you on Wednesday. My day is a win if...
Fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Did we have our own?
I asked my boyfriend Pat about this, and he said I was going to answer it, but people already gave my answer, and that was waking up.
Yeah, at all.
If I wake up, it's
then
a good
that's
day.
A win?
That's a win.
Okay. Well, hopefully he hasn't had any non-win days.
We had some people say that, did we?
Yeah. Here we go. Jan said, all my children and grandchildren are in a good place.
Her day is a win if that is the case.
Cindy says, I'm camping.
My day is a win if I'm camping. Mm-hmm. Laurel said, my day is a win that if I woke up another day to make memories with family and friends.
Sonia went with I wake up.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Susie, who is a dog groomer, says, my day is a win if I don't get bit.
That's a good one. Jenny said, my day is a win if I'm off work.
Right.
Dean said, my day is a win if we get just enough rain to water my yard, then it stops.
Oh, that's perfect. How about Kim? My days a win if I do something fun. Marilyn says I have, no pain from liver disease.
I hope no pain for her. That's yucky.
Right. And finally, Eric, my day as a win if I stop at Dick's.
To get a bag of Dick's.
You want to explain for people that aren't from around here? Dick's Burgers.
It's burger. It's a
Dick's
burger
drive-thru.
place. Yeah.
Local, legendary.
What's your day is a win if? I'm surprised Randy didn't answer this. Like, I would think my day is a win if I get to play my
bass.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd say my day is a win if I wake up and there's not any puppy poop on the floor. They've actually been really good about that. The only time that they've had mistakes, it was my fault.
Okay.
Like, way to lock them upstairs, Dad.
I was surprised that Pat didn't answer my day is a win if Murphy doesn't show up.
Who's Murphy?
Murphy, when Murphy shows up when something goes really wrong.
Oh, Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call him Murphy. We don't love Murphy.
No.
We just want him to retire.
I thought it was a person or something.
Well,
kind of technically is. Let's pass on this. I don't want to talk about it. It's just dumb.
Really?
All right. Well, SpaceX exploded another one of their Starship rockets Wednesday.
This time on the ground, it didn't even launch.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. I don't think it was supposed to launch. I think this is one of the ones where they just do tests to say they run the boosters, but it never leaves the ground. That's what was supposed to happen. It did indeed not leave the ground. In the process, though, it exploded.
And so the YouTube channel NASA Spaceflight was covering it live, and the reaction was a fun one. One of the guys said, "So about those launch dates, I think it may be delayed a bit."
A lot of people were complaining about, because they're doing these launches quite a bit. And they're like, it's bad for the environment. And of course, this one exploded. It was a massive fireball. All that.
What are they sending them up for?
This one was not going to go up anywhere. So they were just testing out. They call it a static fire. They were prepping for a routine static fire where they run the boosters, but it never leaves the ground.
And it blew up. Okay.
Nobody was hurt though, which is good. I guess that's a plus.
All right, there we go.
All right. Jeez. That's the same bet again. Sorry. There we go. Here's an idea.
I like this.
Well, it certainly sounds like it may work.
A study found that recycling should have lottery jackpots. Is that a crazy idea or not?
Well,
I don't think so. I don't think it's crazy.
Was it ever the case here in Washington? When I was young, I was in Cincinnati and other places where you could collect cans and get a nickel per can, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's states that still do that, and you can get anywhere from 2 cents to 15 cents depending on the type of container, right?
Okay.
This is a study from the University of British Columbia.
And so what they found, or what they're saying is, rather than say, hey, collect these cans, you get 100 of them, you get $1 or whatever the case may be, or $10, I guess. A bunch of states are thinking about using a lottery system where
So instead of 10 cents each bottle, you have a 1 in 10,000 chance of winning $1,000. So the same amount of money per bottle, but only one person gets it. The crazy part is it really works well.
people in the study recycled about half, again, 47% more bottles when there was a big jackpot on the line.
The lead author of the study explained this: the thrill of possibly winning a big prize is more motivating than a small guaranteed reward. It's the same reason people buy lottery tickets. That tiny chance of a big win is exciting. Instead of small wins, a dime at a time. Doesn't feel like a win at all, does it? If you're skeptical about all this, I'm not skeptical. I think it will work. It actually works in the real world. It turns out Norway is doing this, and they have a lottery-based recycling system where you can win prizes between $1 and $100,000. They actually blend the two systems together. When you turn in your bottles, you have a choice of getting a few cents for it or a chance at the big money. You go for the money. I'd go for the money. Wouldn't you? The big money? Yeah, because right now we get nothing. You know what I mean? That's true. Well, in the state of Washington, you don't get anything. We used to, but then that went away. Boo. This isn't boo. Why do I keep using the same song? This isn't boo. B-Dubs has bottomless appetizers. Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what? Is this where I admit I've never been there in my life? Let's go to B-Dubs together. No. You know what? And here's the thing. I know that this is not the thing, Kurt Crows. This is not a popular view, I'm sure. Wings always seem to me to be like
a lot of effort for very little meat.
Well, that's true, but they have more than just wings.
Now they have boneless stuff as well. I understand that.
Yeah, and other things like cheese sticks, which I know you love.
But back in the day, people were like, let's go get some wings. And that was when there was only just the chicken wings on the bone. It's like, why don't you just get a spoon and eat some barbecue sauce, because that's the same effect. So that aside, okay, maybe we'll go to, what'd you call it, B-dubs?
B-dubs.
Okay. All you can eat appetizers starting at $9.99 on June 27th. That's next Friday. The Bottomless apps includes endless rounds of 2 appetizers at a time from a choice of fried pickles.
Right.
Mozzarella sticks.
Onion rings, chips and salsa, and hatch chili queso.
Okay, I'm in.
So it's only for dine-in customers, and it's only for groups of 4 or fewer. So larger groups will be charged more, which makes sense, right?
Yeah. And it's a limited time thing. They didn't say how long they'd be doing it, so it might just be June 27th. Who knows?
It's not going to be just June 27th.
Oh, and
they're trying to get people in the restaurant.
That's true. Would they call that a loss leader in the business? Actually, for Bottomless things for $9.99, they're still probably making money.
Probably.
So there you go. BW3, all you can eat appetizers, starting on next Friday for $9.99.
3.
What did I say?
Yeah, it is BW3, but I don't get that.
Well, here's how old I am. When that restaurant first came along, they had this ad campaign. It was Buffalo Wild Wings and WECK, W-E-C-K. That was the third. That was a 3.
What's WECK?
No idea. And I think that maybe they were, we could look that up. Don't you go to your computer.
I'm not going to. Okay. We can move
on. I just remember that was the big thing.
You're welcome, B-dubs, for the ad.
That was a lot of free promotion for them.
Fun Facts Friday.
Here we are. Fun Facts Friday every Friday. And once again, Jen has put together, all these this time. You get some good ones.
Like rats can laugh. We just can't hear it because it's not in our audible range.
And they're laughing at us.
I watched a video of them tickling rats, and it was so cute.
Oh my God. The 1956 Summer Olympics held in Melbourne, Australia, and Stockholm, Sweden. Stockholm was chosen to hold equestrian events because horses couldn't be brought into Australia under quarantine regulations. So there you go.
Isn't that interesting?
Quarantines. Mm-hmm.
A large part of Antarctica was covered in rainforest approximately 90 million years ago. I can't even grasp 90 million years ago.
That's a long time.
It's a long-ass time ago.
All human beings have 99.9% of the same DNA. The human brain... Oh, that's a different one. Here, I'm going to put... This should have a space here so dumb people like me know that that's a second story.
The human brain is a very efficient thinker with roughly 100 billion neurons. Our brain uses just 12 watts of power, which is less than an average light bulb.
That's kind of sad. I can see the little light bulb above your head, like bzzz. That's all that it gets.
Barely, yeah.
In contrast, the typical laptop processor needs about 150 watts. The world's fastest supercomputers are over 21 million watts for all their applications. And one AI system simulating a human brain's thought process would require around 2.7 billion watts. So humans are pretty efficient.
Oh, because we have...
Only 150 watts. That's all it takes. No, 12 watts.
12 watts.
That's all we get.
Okay.
It's possible to literally be allergic to other people.
I think my daughter Riley might be.
To all people?
Maybe.
Yeah, but it's so cute how she's allergic to people.
Wombat poop is cube-shaped. Did you know that?
I did not.
Scientists think that it helps keep their droppings from rolling away, which wombats use to mark their territory.
So over time, again, probably, 90 million years, they managed to make their poops cubic.
It's pretty...
Genius.
What does their butt look like?
Well, probably slam shut. Because it's,
how does it make it cubed?
I don't know.
You got to think about, I'm thinking about my Play-Doh, Fuzzy Pumper Barbershop and how you had...
I'm sure there was an old joke. It's like,
do you remember that?
No, what I remember in the old joke is why is your poop tapered at the end so your butthole doesn't slam shut? Except unless you're a wombat, apparently. I'm done.
Cube that. Okay.
A contronym is a word that can mean two things that are opposites, like how rent can mean that you're one renting something out or you're one doing the one doing the renting.
You're a good word person. Did you know that word? I'd never heard of it.
Contronym? No, I hadn't heard that either.
No, now we learned something
We
new.
did.
Contronym means two things. Same word can mean opposite things. Okay.
It's illegal to burn a foreign country's flag in Denmark, but it's legal to burn the Danish flag.
How crazy is that? Brad Pitt has a younger brother named Doug who is a goodwill ambassador for Tanzania.
Yeah.
And in 2011, Doug Pitt became the first American to climb Mount Kilimanjaro and descended by mountain bike.
I just think of all these awesome things he's done. People are like, hey, you know what? I'm the ambassador for Tanzania, and I climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And they're like, but can we meet your brother?
Right. When Eggos were invented in 1953, they were called froffles.
As in frozen waffles. Or is it frofles?
But people started frofles.
Frozen waffles.
Oh, yeah, frofles. I guess it's frofles.
It could go either way.
Froffles.
People started calling them Eggos because they kind of tasted like eggs, and the name stuck.
2 years later, it became the official name. Zebras, I think I knew this one. Zebras
Let's
don't have...
let's say, before we say it, just to get everybody thinking about this, are zebras black and white, or are they black with white stripes, or are they white with black stripes?
Well, let me tell you.
They're
black and covered with white stripes.
That's what they are. Okay. The first feature film ever made from a Marvel comic book was Howard the Duck in 1986.
You remember that?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It bombed?
Yeah.
I didn't know that it bombed. I mean, everybody knows that movie.
It didn't stop me from naming my truck Howard the Truck.
This is sad to me.
What? You're going to let Howard the Truck go?
Where's Howard the Truck?
Right out there. My truck.
Your actual truck is named Howard. That's right. I knew that. Yes, I knew that.
Vehicles.
Yeah.
The Party Pilot. That's
Party
yours.
Pilot, yeah.
All right.
On hospital TV shows, CPR saves lives about 2/3 of the time, but in real life, it only saves people about 10 to 20% of the time.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't a high.
You did?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Then why is it so important to learn it then?
Because 2 out of 10 people might live.
Okay, you're right. That's true, Jen.
Look where we're here. Look where we are over here. We need to pick it up. Orcas are the natural predator for moose. Moose can actually swim slightly faster than Michael Phelps and can even dive for food. But apparently, they get out far enough, the orcas are like, yummy.
The Simpsons has been on TV for so long that Fox once moved it to Thursday nights to compete with The Cosby Show.
Wow. Someone
patented the process for surgically turning an animal into a unicorn in 1982.
Hot dogs may have got their name because people in the 1800s suspected that sausages were stuffed with dog meat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, by the way, this doesn't matter because we're not on Zoom.
It doesn't, but let's speed it up.
Okay.
We need music. Good music.
Push a button.
A button.
All right, new in movie theaters. Bride Hard, which looks to me very, very similar to Bridesmaids, and it even has Rebel Wilson in it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be... It does have Rebel Wilson in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I thought it was going to be a playoff of Die Hard. Bride Hard.
Maybe,
okay.
Is this Elio or Elio? Should I know that?
We should know that.
And 28 years later, all opening in theaters this weekend. Hey,
28
sports.
Years later. Yeah.
This is the NBA. They are going to go to Game 7 for the NBA Finals. Pacers beat the Thunder last night to tie the NBA Finals at 3 games apiece. So Game 7 Sunday in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, didn't you say the Sound? I don't know this. The Sounders are going to be playing not over the weekend though, but they're playing in the World Cup, right?
Well, I think their second game wasn't it last night?
Oh, it was. We didn't even look to see when.
Bad.
I want to know.
Bad.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going. All right, happening around the Pacific, easy for me to say, right? Pacific Northwest. Bye Bye Birdie continues at the 5th Avenue in Seattle. If you haven't seen that yet, it comes highly recommended by Jen Pirak. Is that correct?
What? Bye Bye Birdie?
Yeah.
I didn't see Bye Bye Birdie.
Earth, Wind, and Fire playing both tonight and tomorrow night.
Oh, no.
Yeah, are they out?
Seattle lost 1-3.
That's the second game that they lost, too, so that might be it. Seattle Marathon summer event is tomorrow. Family fun runs, half marathon 5K at Seward Park. All that stuff is going on.
Oh, Earth, Wind, and Fire you already talked about. I think that would be a great show. They come every year. It's Chateau Ste. Michelle.
Didn't you go see them?
I didn't.
Because they were here with Lionel Richie.
Oh.
Did you go to that?
They were here with Lionel Richie?
It was towards the end of our illustrious radio career.
No, I was.
Are you sure?
I didn't think it was Earth, Wind, and Fire that was with them.
Yeah, because my wife knew one song.
Are you kidding? Earth,
wishing
Wind, and
to
Fire
September.
has like a mega hit.
She's just a baby.
Okay.
All right.
Washington Brewers Festival at the Fisher Plaza at the Seattle Centers today and tomorrow. And the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks live.
Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Sunday.
No, tomorrow and Sunday at Angel
But
of
also
the Winds
Sunday.
Arena. Oh, so, okay.
Wasn't it always Sunday night?
Yeah, well, they were just they overdid everything.
Both Marysville Strawberry Days and Berry Dairy Days in Burlington kick off today and run through Sunday.
I want to try to go to those. I want to try to go to Berry Dairy Days in Burlington because that's very close to Cedar Woolley.
And it's fun to say.
By the way, the Monsters Truck Live, in case you are interested, it's at Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett.
Okay.
Okay, last but not least.
Fremont Solstice Parade, wacky, weird, and world famous for nude painted cyclists. By the way,
That is a nude parade.
they're not all nude, just some people.
That's what it's known for.
I said on the air way back in the day that if I got dropped X amount of pounds and got fit, that I would go naked in the parade. I would still do that.
That's because you know you're not going to
Probably.
that.
I don't have any issue with nudity. I think, what's the big deal? So,
You're going to go out. Your friend Dave
no,
then would
I will be all painted up.
Are you painting yourself or is your wife painting you?
Well, it remains to be seen.
I don't want to know.
If you want to go see nude painted cyclists, this right here where it says they appear 15 minutes before the parade, and then they're also in the parade, I think. But
And then you can see the floats for an hour after the parade. Oh, okay. Saturday at 1:00 is when the actual parade starts, but 15 minutes before that, you can see the naked people.
yeah, some people go all out with these, even with their paint, their body painting and stuff like that. So
yeah.
all right, is that all we have?
Well, then Saturday and Sunday is the Fremont Fair, the actual fair with the 200 craft vendors, food, beer garden, live performances. It's
Deliciousness.
fun. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a doggy parade at 2:00 on Sunday as part of it.
Okay.
That'd be fun. You should bring your puppers.
Okay. We've got enough now.
Okay, go.
Do you want some new music?
Yes. This
We
is mega.
almost never do traffic on the program.
But because this affects us if we want to go to Seattle and come home, we're going to tell you about it.
Right.
Northbound I-5 this weekend, 2 lanes will be closed down. This is northbound I-5 near Ship Canal Bridge from 520, the interchange of 520, to Northeast 45th.
Ooh, okay.
That's mega.
That is pretty big.
It's mega. It's going to be a S show trying to get home if you go to Seattle and you live in the North End.
So there's no getting around that, right?
No, the lane reductions begin Friday at 10 p.m. and continue through 5 a.m. on Monday. The express lanes are going to remain open and operating northbound only through the whole weekend. And then there's 520 closures because northbound I-5 will also be closed. Well, northbound will be closed at 520 for a couple hours on Saturday and on Monday, according to the news. That's what they're saying.
Well, here's to get around it. It's during the 520 closures. 520 closures? I thought
During 520 closures, drivers not using the express lanes will detour via State Route 520 and get off on Montlake.
In Harvard.
In Harvard, yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if it's closed to the bridge, how can they get back on was my question. But apparently that's how you do it.
These closures are part of the Revive I-5 project.
Ooh, we're going to revive it.
Revive I-5.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. They're just working on drainage and joint repairs and replacing the scuppers
Oh, the scuppers.
on the bridge, on the
That's the
Ship
first time in
Canal
my
Bridge.
life I've used that word, scuppers.
I don't even know
Yo,
what I don't even know what
scuppers.
scupper is. Do you?
Well, it's right there on the Ship Canal Bridge.
The one, this is our show name, the one with scuppers.
I like that. Here's where we talk about what we have going on for the weekend. I don't think we have anything, and I love that.
You don't?
Well,
You have puppies is what you have.
yeah, we are in the process of training those little weasels, and so that will be. We're going to be doing some more socialization stuff with them. So they're supposed to go places with us, like if we go to Lowe's or if we go to Mill Creek Town Center. We're just supposed to take them everywhere so they get used to being around other people. So we'll make a couple of those trips.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, well, Macy's last day of school is today. She goes to school for 2 big hours.
2 whole
After being
hours.
off yesterday from Juneteenth. It's the craziest thing. Pat's working a ton this weekend, but tomorrow I'm going to help him with the remodel. That's all. I mean, I don't really have a lot going on either.
Right. And you do help when you help, because I was right away. I was going to make a joke like, "Oh, helping," but you actually do help.
Yes.
You're hardcore.
When he trusts me to do the work, yes. I love Pat so much. He is a perfectionist and he has his way of doing things, but he is teaching me the ways, and I appreciate that.
All the ways.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome.
All right, question of the day / weekend, because it is the summer solstice today.
Yeah, you made up this question, Kurt. Good job.
I thought it was a good one to go. Basically, what do you have to look forward to? What are you looking forward to most for the summertime? Maybe you've got a vacation planned.
I thought it was going to be different. I thought it was going to be, what do you like most about summer?
All right.
It can be both. You know what? I'm going to post both questions. You can decide what one you answer, or you can answer both.
I like what are you most looking forward to better.
Okay.
Well, how many answers are there?
Vacation.
Yeah. Well, you mean, the summer vacation, the whole summertime?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like a family vacation. What do you like most about summer?
The sunshine.
Is there more than one answer for that?
I like the sunshine. I like the...
Long days?
Yes. Sunsets.
Both of these might be a little bit limited.
Boating.
Yes, that's true.
Boating.
There you go. Then you can answer that either way. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Do you
Okay.
have a vacation planned?
Well, we're going to Chelan for 4th of July.
Oh, nice.
We're going to be there for a while. We're going to go to Moses right after that, just on the way home, Moses Lake. And then we're going to go to Lake Roosevelt at some point, too.
All right.
Are you going anywhere?
Not that we're going to try to do a quick jaunt to Hawaii at some point, I think.
Hawaii this summer?
Yeah. Things are a little cheaper in the summertime because it's hot.
Great.
That's okay with me.
I have a hard time leaving the Pacific Northwest in the summertime.
That is true.
I have because it's just typically the most beautiful time of the year.
Well, to most people, summertime is like from, say, even before today, it'd be like, late May and then June and July and August, maybe a little bit in September. Summertime in the PNW is about 3 weeks. That's longer than that.
It's usually the day after the 4th of July. That's the joke. And it lasts until
the end of July. That's not true either.
Through August, sometimes September if we're lucky.
But there is truth to the fact that we wait all year
for summertime in the Pacific Northwest.
That's
and here we are.
Put up with the gray.
Here we are.
We're here.
People.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for letting us be part of your world. For real. Like, we love that you accept us into your life.
Yeah. But today's show a little rambly.
Maybe.
That's all right.
But it was fun. We had fun and we learned a lot.
You can demand a full refund for the money you spent on this show. We're happy to give it to you.
All right. We'll see you on Monday with a new episode. In the meantime, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and laugh because it's good for the soul. Have a good one.